start telling me things about you all. It went from A to Z. But it was nice stuff.
So when the venerable gentleman of Keys asked me to be their guest, and I was very honored to be asked, I thought, well, boy, I should bring some, I should bring a piece of my own or a couple in here. So I thought that'd be great. I thought, well, what will I bring in? So I decided on a couple things. But this first piece is a piece that I created some years ago when I was living in San Diego and taking a course on free improvisation. Everybody in the class had to create a piece. So this was the piece I've created, and I've since used it many times. It's based on a short story by Italo Calvino called The Cloven Viscount. If any of you have ever written this or read this book, you've written it. Calvino, is he here? Anyway, this story, if you know Calvino's writing, which I only know a little bit, but it's very fantastical. And in this story, it's a story of I actually don't know. It's Viscount. I don't even know how you say that. Viscount. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Viscount. Anyway, so that it's takes place during city-states and wars, and this Viscount goes off into battle, and he literally gets cleaved in two by a giant sword, and so it separates him into a good half and a bad half. But both survive, and both come back. So that's sort of the overarching story. But my little setup is a little more specific. In the story, there's a next to where this Viscount, his little village that he controls. In the distance, there's another village called Protofungo, and it's a village of lepers. It's a leper colony, and so no one wants to go over there or go anywhere near it because it's a leper colony. But they keep hearing this weird music and strange sounds coming from the colony, and it sounds like these lepers just party all the time. And there's a great quote in the story that says it sounds like they're making strange instruments of their own invention are the sounds they hear. So at one point in the story, there's a nurse named Sebastiana, and for some reason, which I forget, she gets exiled to Protofungo. So this story sort of tells, the first bit represents, there's a character in the book named Galateo, who's a leper, and he comes around to the village to collect alms. And he blows this horn to warn people that he's coming, so they can all run away, leave their alms, but not be around him. And then Sebastiana has to make her long march down the road to Protofungo, where they then welcome her with some incredible merrymaking. So that is the story that this piece tells.
One evening at dusk, she left the castle, veiled and dressed in black with a bundle on her arm.
She knew that her fate was sealed. She must take the road to Protofungo.
Leaving the room where she had been kept, she found the passages and stairs
She found
deserted.
Down she went, across the courtyard, out into the street. All was empty. at her passage withdrew and hid.
She heard a hunting horn sounding a low call on two
notes slowly. On the path ahead of her was Galateo with the mouthpiece of his instrument raised to the sky.
With slow steps, the nurse advanced. The path went towards the setting sun.
Galateo moved far ahead of her. Every now and then he stopped as if gazing at the bumblebees amid the leaves, raised his horn, and played a sad note.
The nurse looked at the flowers and banks that she was leaving, sensed
Behind the hedges,
the presence of people avoiding
her and walked
on.
Alone, Galateo, a long way behind, she reached Fungo, and as the village gates closed behind her, harps and violins began to play.
Incredibly, that's not the first Happy Leper song I've performed on this stage.